On problem number 10, we have a graph. This graph models the baseball schedule for a week. The vertices represent the teams. Each game played is represented as an edge between two teams. How many games are scheduled for San Diego during the week? List the teams they are playing. How many times are they playing each of these teams? Some of the pictures you have to be careful about. I am going to zoom in on this one. And I would not have thought of this myself. It's a few years ago. Some of the students in the class said it about this problem. This graph is hard to read. And what they were looking at, as you look, say, close to a dot, look at Phoenix. If you go to the vertex and you count real close to the dot, it looks like some of these lines, some of the edges merge before you get to the dot. Now this one is not too bad, but some of them are terrible the way they're drawn on the computer. So you have to be careful about going a little further out and counting around. This problem did ask about San Diego, but since I've kind of pinpointed Phoenix here, if I look out from Phoenix, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Phoenix has 6 games during the week. Look at San Diego. It looks like these two lines, these two edges, kind of cross right before you get to the vertex. So I could imagine if I wasn't zoomed in real close, that could look like they're merging, make it a little bit hard to count. So the number of games for San Diego. Well, San Diego is playing Houston twice because there are 2 edges that go from San Diego to Houston. They're playing Phoenix twice, St. Louis once, and Milwaukee once. I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just be careful how you count those edges. Now, like I said, this one's not too bad, but some of them, I'll point them out to you, just really look kind of bad. The number of games scheduled for San Diego is 6. List the teams that San Diego is playing, select all that apply. San Diego is playing Houston, Phoenix, Milwaukee, St. Louis. They are not playing Indianapolis. Well, and I won't select F because that does not apply. F says no teams. There's another part to this question. How many times is San Diego playing each of these teams this week? San Diego is playing Milwaukee 1 time. Indianapolis, 0. St. Louis, once. Houston, twice. And Phoenix, twice. Number 11 is also a baseball question. And this one again kind of reflects back on that subway question about the vertices do not have to be in their exact geographical location. For number 11, the graph models the baseball schedule for a week. The vertices represent the teams. Each game played is represented as an edge between 2 teams. The first question, Do the positions of Chicago and Pittsburgh correspond to their geographic locations on a map? So if I took this graph and placed it on top of a map of the U.S. and maybe enlarged it, the U.S. and Canada, because we have Montreal in here, would Chicago and Pittsburgh correspond to their geographical locations on a map of the U.S.? They got Pittsburgh like it would be down toward New Orleans. Is that the correct geographical location? No. The second part of the question, if the positions of Chicago and Pittsburgh do not correspond to their geographic locations, is the graph drawn incorrectly? No.